We're fortunate to have this beautiful facility and have access to it, so we're all trying to accomplish the same thing. We're all trying to prepare for our seasons, put our student athletes in a good position to be successful, be healthy, you know. So if we have to share it and work with, you know, outdoor teams that have to come in, we just figure out how to make it work and schedule it all together. It's just different, right? Our sport's not played indoors typically, so like being out on a baseball field and a different surface, we're not hitting in a cage, so there's some variables that are much different. So we try to mimic in our training as game-like as possible when we're inside here. We keep things short and sweet and fresh and keep guys moving around, bouncing around as much as possible. Any opportunity we have to get out on turf, utilize the turf, or on our field if it's dry, you know, it's a natural surface, so it takes a little bit longer. So always finding ways to, you know, prepare our guys for the season and have a lot of fun. I think using this facility is great. We use it for a short period of our season. We typically are in here for 4 to 6 weeks, maybe a little bit more, but it's a small segment of our overall spring season. And I mean, we really have enough space to be creative and run a really productive practice.
We're fortunate enough to have the indoor facilities, which is nice because a lot of schools don't, and so we're able to throw into like the net out here, but it is a little bit challenging because the first time we'll be able to throw the actual javelin is probably either a week before or like the week of our first meet, which is a little bit scary, but we're still able to practice, so it's important for us to just like trust our training and trust that we've been still getting good work in even though we're not outside. When other sports come in, it doesn't really impact our practice time, but we kind of have to shift around what we're doing. And so it's kind of just, we have to manage our space more and kind of be more efficient with what we're doing. We can't be like lingering around and kind of flowing around. We have to be more focused. Practicing in such a small space is really beneficial for the team because we're just all together. Like you'll be with the sprinters, the distance runners, pole vaulters, jumpers, throwers, everyone, whereas like when we're outside, everything's kind of more separated. So it's a little bit hard to kind of see everyone, but like every day I come to practice and I see almost everyone on the team. So it's really nice to kind of like see your friends and like chat a little bit during practice.
Yeah, so typically we're practice pretty hard during the week to prepare for the weekends, but we have Tuesdays and Thursdays. We typically go for a couple hours on court training, and then we go to the weight room, so about an hour. So we really work pretty hard during the week. We usually have about 3 to 4 team practices during the week, just preparing for the matches on the weekend. We're really fortunate to have 4 indoor courts on campus. You know it's a little snowy and cold up here in New York, so I think we're really able to have our weight room, our athletic training and everything like that, and indoor courts all in the same facility, the locker room. So we're able to kind of train year-round. It's convenient for the guys, so we're really, really fortunate to have that. I think the guys are itching to get a little bit more singles in, so I think once we get outside, when we have a little bit more of our own space, and then also we can play a little bit more matches, just a little bit more freedom with more courts.
So we have, they're called pool stations. We set them up on the edge of the side of the pool, and we get to have our coxswains practice giving calls, because that's something that's difficult when we're just on the ergs, being able to give technical calls in practice. We do drills like pausing and other types of things that you can't do on the rowing machines because you're not holding an oar. Sometimes when we erg up here, it can be nice to have something to look at because we can't have music or really anything. So if the other teams are playing music or they're like pitching or hitting baseballs or running around, it gives me something to pay attention to. And I also think it's nice that when we go to the pool, it's like being able to be in a space that's not necessarily ours and we can still do our sport is nice. I'm so excited to be back on the water, and spring break is the first time we'll probably be able to go out because we go to Georgia for spring training, but getting able to be in the boat with other teammates and feel it all together I think is really awesome because we can erg next to each other and we can like do a lot of these indoor things, but it never feels the same as when we're all in that boat together and working. You can feel more the work that we've been doing, like when we all are moving together and we have a good flow in the boat.